Mike Brown has been sacked by the Sacramento Kings. Basically, I recorded this video yesterday, but the audio failed. Bad morning, bad night, bad life. But I thought let's talk about the sacking of Mike Brown from the Sacramento Kings. So first things first, we have to evaluate, is this the right move for the Kings? Is this the right move for Mike Brown? Whose fault is the Kings' torrid form? Let's talk about it. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and comment down below whether you think Mike Brown should have got the sack. Let's try get to 500 subscribers as fast as possible. So let's get into the video. So Mike Brown, the former head coach of the Sacramento Kings, was sacked, and you can look at it from two perspectives, effectively. There are problems with the way the Kings play. I mean, I know Mike Brown was the coach of the year 2 seasons ago, one of the best coaches we saw in that season. We saw the Sacramento Kings come in with this vibrant, fast-paced, high impact, high offense with Red Velvet in there, Sabonis playing that Jokic light role. We saw a new De'Aaron Fox, rejuvenated, and we saw the Kings make the playoff that season. We haven't seen the Kings make the playoffs for 15 years before that. But last season they didn't make the playoffs. Right now they're the 12th seed and they're 2 games under or 3 games under 500, where the team above them, just outside the playoffs as well, the San Antonio Spurs, and I think they won yesterday. Good thing I didn't update video, so I think they are level in terms of wins with the Golden State Warriors. But the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Spurs are both teams that are fighting for that 10th seed place right now, when they're above 500, where the Kings are below 500 by 3 games. So it's interesting because you can blame him slightly for their form in terms of the defense hasn't been good enough. The perimeter defense, they're one of the worst perimeter defensive teams in the league. That comes down to some extent. Schematically, they're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league. That comes to phasing out players like Kevin Huerter and relying on your threes on a player like De'Aaron Fox, who is a streaky shooter. I know he shot decently last season, but he is a streaky 3-point shooter. And Keegan Murray, who's a decent 3-point shooter, but you can't just rely on Keegan Murray and Malik Monk off the bench to knock down threes for your entire team. But yeah, effectively, in my opinion, I don't think this comes down to him. I think this comes down to the roster construction of the Sacramento Kings right now. I feel like, one, they're letting De'Aaron Fox hold them for ransom right now because they weren't able to give him that 3-year contract last season, that extension, and now he has his eyes open to so much bigger deals, so much more. And now when you've sacked Mike Brown, effectively give him the angle to say, my coach isn't here, I want to leave. And then now you have to blow it up. And I don't think that's fair on Sacramento fans, because Sacramento fans have seen their team go through torrid times, have seen their team go through struggle for 15 years. They make the playoffs 1 season and you're telling me that it's over? I don't think as a fan I could take that as good enough. They haven't signed the defensive stopper they needed. I don't know why they weren't in the Derrick Jones Jr. sweepstakes last season, going into this season. That should have been the type of player they were out there looking for. I don't know why they didn't try to get Najee Marshall. That should have been another type of player they were out there looking for. It doesn't make sense. If they want a big body in the perimeter, I guess you could pick up Kyle Kuzma, but it's taken them so long to pull any form of trigger on the Sacramento Kings that now they're 3 games under when they're trying to be competing for a playoff spot. And the aim was to try and build a competing team after making that first playoff run, going 7 games against the Warriors. But now it looks like the team's back to where it was at the beginning, which is a decent team, an okay team that's not going to make the playoffs. In a competitive West, you have to balls to the wall, gun to your head, do everything you can to help you win. And right now, the front office and ownership aren't doing that, and I don't think that's on Mike Brown. They don't have 3-point shooting. They signed DeMar DeRozan, who takes up a decent proportion of their offense, who is a mid-range shooter. He's not a 3-point killer, and that's what you need as well. And I think it's looking dark for the Sacramento Kings right now. I think they need to find a way to convince De'Aaron Fox to buy in. They need to sign some wing defenders They need to sign a 3-and-D player, if anything. Give them the wing defender and the 3-point shooting all in one in a care package. I don't know who's out there. Don't ask me. I don't know who's out there to trade for right now. That could be an effective 3-point shooter. I mean, you could trade for Malik Beasley maybe. He's just having fun out there right now, just playing basketball like normal. But he's not really a proper defensive stopper, is he? Taurean Prince, but he's not really a proper defensive stopper, is he? And he's on a competing team right now. But he hasn't really got minutes. So I guess you could go out there for him. But, I mean, I don't know. Because where can De'Aaron Fox go? He can show up in LA, maybe. LA could use their 2 tradable first-round picks, try get him, throw in a D'Lo, throw in a Rui Hachimura. I don't know how the salaries match up. I think they should come pretty close to matching up. I'm not 100% sure. But it doesn't look good right now for the Sacramento Kings. Because if they blow it up, who takes Domantas Sabonis? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which competing team right now. You know who would the Warriors would be good with Domantas Sabonis, but I think that ship is long sailed. But I mean, who knows what's going to happen right now? The Sacramento Kings haven't been a properly winning team in decades. They won out one season, went to the first round of the playoffs, and lost in 7 games. Since then, they haven't been good last season. They're not good right now. Before that playoff series, they weren't good in the seasons prior. So what do the Sacramento Kings do? I think it's time you change ownership. I think it's time you change your front office. I think it's time you make some moves. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you, man, in a bit. Boom.